Hey guys, tough one. I'm probably gonna try this one later on. This one is a lot of memorization and hard. Okay. Alright, let's see. Let's get her started. Start off with the first one. Rabbits. Rabbits.
Are you sure your guitar is in tune?
Seventh hundredth place. Pretty amazing. Okay. Anyway, that one's done. I'm not terribly concerned. Some weird, some offbeats. But other than that, fingering, not a whole lot going on there that I would say that's difficult. Should be pretty easy. Just run through it. You'll get it. See how this one is.
almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. Silly mistake at the end. I think I'm just going to finish it off, just do the final part, and then move on to the next one. These songs this week, there's a lot of strange rhythms here, so you should spend some time just listening to these ones. There's some strange stuff going on. Mostly this one, but this is the easier one of the two levels, so this one isn't that bad. Pretty simple things going on here. I would take a look at the this part here, the way that I'm doing it. Even though you could cheat, there's lots of ways of doing this part. This is the way that I'm doing it. You could probably do this section with just these two fingers, but you know, just having this organized, it's just a chromatic run up the fretboard. This is the way that I'm doing it. I'm doing 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, move up 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. You could easily do this with just your first and second fingers. Yeah, same. Okay, so yeah, other than that, let me think. What else is there with this one? I think there's any, yeah, the string skipping, so that part. But there's a lot of space in between each section, so I think it gives you enough time to physically prepare to play the next part. That it's not going to be that crazy. So let me finish this one off, and then we can get to the two hard ones. Those are going to take a while.
Perfect. Keep on rocking like this.
So not fabulous. I think this one is pretty easy, pretty doable as far as getting a perfect run. Let's take a look at the hard stuff. These guys are tricky, so I'm sure I'm gonna have some issues with these ones. I might have to redo some parts a few times, so bear with me.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
Okay, so weird rhythms, weird fingering patterns, weird notes. This one is definitely one of a type of song that you have to prepare ahead of time. For example, the beginning, right out of the gate, you're doing a string skip and some weird fingerings. There's probably a way that you could finger this differently. It's not super fast, so... You could do it starting off with your first finger, but it's a little awkward, so I would suggest starting with your third finger and then fourth finger on that string skip. A little bit awkward doing that. I don't really have too much of a problem doing that, so for me it's not that big of a deal, but it's slow enough that you could do. But I find that position shifting is a little bit much. So I prefer to do as a general rule, I try to make it so that I can pack in as many notes in a pattern or in a phrase into a section where I don't have to move. I don't want to move left and right a whole bunch. I want to just stay in one position and just be able to place my fingers and hit the notes. That's just the general concept of how I play and how I look at learning music. Is I don't want to do a whole lot of left-right. I want to just stay in one place and just place my fingers. I find that's always easier. The problem with that is it takes some preparation to get up to the point where all of your fingers are strong enough and fast enough to do that kind of stuff. So I've spent a lot of time on exercises working on those two fingers. So it's a bit of a catch-22. Perfect case scenario, I think that's the better way to play, but there's a whole bunch of prep of exercises and strengthening your fingers till they're more equal to do. So bit unfortunate, but this is a higher level song, so it kind of calls for a little bit more skill, obviously. So let's try it again. A little bit better.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
Alright, moving on up. Let's see, what do I want to do with this puppy? Tried a few more times. It's getting there. I'm this is one of those ones where it's not so much difficult, it's just takes time for it to really sink into my head, and it's some of the rhythms in this just aren't natural to me. So let's have at it again. Okay, it's starting to sink in. I think I need to...
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
Just need to get some certain things programmed in my fingers. That part's just a weird fingering. Hold on one second. I'm going to run through this and I might stop it and go into practice mode. So I'm going to run through it and just see how it goes. Definitely the first section is starting to sink in for sure. But that second section, there's little parts here that have to sort of get into my head. Actually, might be even the first section as well. We'll see how it goes. Okay, there's the part that I'm screwing up. There we go. Okay, let me try that again from the beginning. I hope I've got it programmed. better, but again, just tripping up.
Are you sure your guitar is in tune?
Okay, so 6th place. What I'm going to do is, I don't want to beat this like a dead horse. I'm going to flip-flop. I find that if I stay in one song far too long, it's actually harder for me to stay focused. If I keep switching things up, I find it easier to stay on track because I have no choice because things are constantly things are changing, so I have to reset myself mentally to keep my focus. So I'm gonna go on this one. This one's pretty tough, and I'm probably gonna flop back and forth. And I'm pretty sure I should be able to gold star that other one, but I'm just making silly mistakes.
Well done. You
Okay.
can continue to the next exercise.
Alright, so this one is weird. Lots of weird fingerings. But there's a lot of patterns. So, it's one of those funny ones where I know what it is, but my fingers just defy me. And that can be pretty frustrating. But every time I play this, and I've played this, I prepared for this one a little bit ahead of time, like some of these songs. So, because they're just weird, and I got a heads up in the Facebook group that they are weird. So, I didn't want to come into this stream and just have you guys watch me play these ones over and over again. I wanted to be able to, understand what's going on ahead of time and be able to break it down a little bit. But this one here there's so much going on in the sense of fingerings, weird notes, weird combinations, weird chords. You got to get those chord shapes down, right? D minor, a lot of you sort of have problems with that. A lot of people have problems with that. I don't know if it's any better, but I tend to use my fourth finger on the second string for D minor. I think most people use their third finger. It's worth trying out to see if that helps you. So, that one's a pretty stretchy chord. And and a strange sounding chord. So you might want to spend some time just doing those chords. But it's not just the chords that are hard. This is constantly single notes, chords, single notes, chords, single notes, chords. So that's really tricky, having your accuracy with your picking hand to get back and forth between those two. Let's do the whole thing again, and hopefully I can get more of these gold starred, and then if I have to, I'll break them down, or I'll do them in parts. Whoops.
Well done. You can continue to the
Okay.
next exercise.
There we go. Yay. Okay, so I'm in first place, and that shows you how awkward and how difficult this one is. I haven't gold starred it. I mean, if you can gold star something without... if you can get first place without actually gold starring the whole thing, it's probably a pretty awkward or difficult song. So, that was a better run. I actually think I can gold star this from beginning to end in one go, for sure. Whether or not that's going to happen today is a whole other thing. Let me see if we can make sure my phone isn't defibrillating for this entire time. Whether or not that's going to happen today is a whole other question. But I feel pretty good in the sense that it's that wasn't I wouldn't call that like a great run, but I'm feeling like I might be able to pull it off in the stream. We'll see. No promises. I'm sure somebody is going to tell me that I did make a promise. Who could that be? Anyway, okay, I'll do another run of this and see how I feel, and then maybe I'll go back to the other one and see if I can get a better run of that and gold star it. Hold on a second. I want to check what parts I have gold starred. Okay. I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I don't want to waste too much time on complete runs. I want to get this puppy out of the way, so I'm going to do it in sections.
Almost perfect.
So close. Yay. Okay.
Perfect. Keep on rocking like this.
And the last one.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise. Next time, you'll nail it.
Finally.
Perfect. Keep on rocking like this.
I see you guys, you're doing just as I would hope. Just as I would expect. You're insulting me. Which is hilarious, by the way. Some of the stuff that you guys are saying, it's just like, I swear half of my screw-ups are because I make the mistake of looking at the screen and reading what you guys are saying, and it just cracks me up. But, you know, I encourage it. That was a kind of a crappy run.
Are you sure your guitar is in tune?
Getting there.
Are you sure your guitar is in tune?
Yes, I'm sure my guitar is in tune. Alright, I'm not going to beat this one too much. I'm going to do, let's say, I'm going to cap myself at 3 more runs, and then we'll move on to something else, I think. Alright, 2 more tries, and then I will call it quits on this one.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
Alright. 2 more tries.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
Okay, yay. I got that first one done. I'm just going to see if I can try the last section and finish it off, and then I'll move on to something else. If you guys have any requests that aren't Freebird, let me know. Yousician songs particularly. And we'll see what happens after this. Almost had it that time. Silly mistakes at the end.
Almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
Yay.
Perfect. Keep on rocking like this.
There we go. I'm not gonna... I think I'm done with that one. Let's see. What shall we do? Let's take a look at my agenda and I'll talk about some stuffs. Here we go. Okay, practicing. I think one of the most important things about learning the stinking instrument is how you practice. It's not just, you know, like, a lot of people just do stuff. They just pick up their guitar and they just do stuff. They just play. And, you know, that's really not the best approach to improving. So there's, I sort of think of, there's generally two ways of practicing things. This is a little bit oversimplified, but there's generally sort of two ways of practicing things. And a lot of, you'll see me do that, not so much today because I've worked on these songs, but you'll see me do that within a stream, in the sense that I will switch back and forth between two ways of thinking. So sometimes I'll just, like for example, today was like practicing to perform. I didn't really stop much. I didn't really pause the game or go into practice mode to figure out what I'm doing or to practice a part. And I just played all the way through, even though I was making mistakes. That is crucial, and I bet that's probably what people don't practice enough of. People probably practice, you know, sort of the learning stage or the problem-solving stage of learning music, which is they see a part, they come to a part that they're screwing up a lot, and then they just repeat it and they just stop. They don't play the piece from beginning to end. They just take that and they just loop it. Which is not wrong, and it's something that you should do. You should isolate things and break them down. But the problem is that people stay in that mode, and they never learn how to transition from section A to B to C to D. So you need both. You need both skills. You need to be able to. You need to practice both ways. Isolating problem spots, solving problem spots. If there's a thing that you keep messing up, like I had to do that with this one section. You know, I didn't really know what was going on when that part first came around, so I had to stop the song, you know, and really sort that out. What is happening? What am I doing, or what do I need to do? So I would take each part and just sort of drill that into my head. You know, and just turn things into loops. So that's one way of practicing, and only one way of practicing. So, but the way that most people practice, the beauty of Yousician is that it makes you, it forces you. Well, actually, it doesn't really force you, but if you want to get, the best scores, you have to play from beginning to end nonstop. Even though I did some of this in sections and I got some pretty decent scores, if somebody comes along and does a gold star run from beginning to end, they're probably going to beat my score. So this is, if you want to take it in the context of how do you get the best scores, that's how you get the best scores. You get the best scores from playing from beginning to end. Sometimes I will get a good score with a mistake, but I played all the other parts so well that it was enough to get a good score. So if you just play till the end, those are always going to be the higher scores. If you do it in sections, you're not going to get the multiplier. So that's where half of the scores come into, is when you transition from one section to the next and your multiplier is at a really high level, you're going to get more points. But outside of Yousician, like as an actual, learning how to play the guitar, nobody walks onto a stage and fixes things they screwed up. You just play from beginning to end. So you really need to be able to do a song where you need to practice that way. You need to take something and commit to, no matter how many mistakes I make, I am going to the end. No, I'm not going to play the entire song. But you know what I mean? Like if I'm playing that, I commit to, I'm going to the end of the song no matter how many times I make a mistake. So I did that a number of times with these, but there are some times where I paused it and I, got my bearings of that part there. It's still not quite down. So I'm working on it. Okay, so that covers that. Let's see here. There's a couple of other things that I wanted to talk about. Tapping and different styles of tapping. So what is tapping? Tapping is, so far, something that is not in the Yousician game. Tapping is taking your right hand and basically, literally tapping the string. And basically getting notes that way. It's basically a hammer-on, but with your right hand, or your fretting hand. So you could call it a hammer-on, but tapping, it sort of differentiates between whether you're doing it with your left hand or you're doing it with your right hand. So So that's sort of the Eddie Van Halen style of kind of thing. So that's sort of what it is essentially legato lines. You're doing legato or hammer-ons and pull-offs with the left hand. And then you combine that with a tap with your right hand to extend the sequence. And this is the rock way of doing tapping. These sort of... that was weird. I was on the wrong pickup. What's in rock and if you take... let's see here. What's the most famous... well, other than Eruption, I'm trying to think of examples of tapping in popular songs. There's tapping in Crazy Train. Although he does that with his pick. Actually, I'll talk about that too. You can actually tap with the side of your pick. So instead of using your finger, you can actually... You have to hold the pick kind of weird like that. And I'm using that edge. I'm doing this against the fretboard. And you can get these really... fast trills. So, let's see here. So that section there, you can do with your pick. You can also do it with your finger, but it's not going to be quite as fast. So, two different styles of sort of the rock shred metal type of tapping style. But there's another type of tapping style that that can happen in completely different styles of music, different genres of music, which is more of a what they call two-handed tapping. It's like, well, am I not two-handed tapping here? Sort of, yes, but it's a different. It's more tapping. Two-handed tapping has more tapping and a little bit less pull-offs. So, and you can write some really different kinds of tapping pieces, and it's actually used in acoustic guitar. So if you look up Andy McKee, he does a lot of this tapping stuff. My friend, look up on YouTube, Chris Schultz. He's one of my best friends. I've known him, for like forever, like 20 years. And he does this acoustic style, and where he's tapping on an acoustic. So it's really, really cool, and it's not like it's less the flashy Eddie Van Halen style of tapping. It's more about a piece of music. So I'm gonna do a little bit of. I'll have to maybe next week or for next week I'll consider relearning this one, because I don't really remember it all that well, and play it for you in the next stream. So what this is it's a piece by Joe Satriani called Midnight. Look that up on YouTube. So here's throwing a bunch of things for you to look up on YouTube. One is Andy McKee, Drifting, I believe, is one of the best ones for him, where he does tapping on acoustic. My friend Chris Schultz, SCHULZ, no T. And look up, let's see here, Circadian Rhythms would be a good one. He does tapping in Circadian Rhythms. Ferris Cabales, he does tapping in that one. And then finally look up Midnight by Joe Satriani. Again, I don't remember this piece in its entirety. I used to know how to play all of it. I'm just going to show you a little bit of it, just as an example of how this sounds. Okay, so essentially, instead of hammer-ons and pull-offs on one string, a lot of the two-handed tapping style is different strings. So I'm doing just a power chord shape right now. So I can bounce back and forth between those two notes. So, and then what ends up happening, and that you can combine that with playing a couple of notes with your right hand. So the beginning of Midnight, it's just those four notes, and it repeats. And you can get some pretty fast, cool patterns. So, really, really pretty piece. It's a very classical piece. So that there, I'm doing just both of the notes at the same time, left hand, both of the fingers at the same time, left hand, both the same fingers on the right hand. Yeah, Chris Schultz, people are talking about him. He's like one of my best friends. Awesome guitar player. Schultz, no T, SCHUL, no T, Z, so LZ. Awesome guitar player in fingerstyle, and he's done a lot of, he's also a metalhead. He also plays a lot of metal, so kind of extreme, two extremes there. So if you want to see more of that tapping style, I actually wrote a piece. Again, that's another piece that I'm gonna have to relearn. I'll have to set up my my Helix to do a specific type of delay effect. Okay, and because I wrote this piece with the whole point of using delay as an effect, as a tool to compose something. And lots of other guitar players have done this. Eddie Van Halen, and Yngwie Malmsteen, Nuno Bettencourt. So if you want to see another example of me playing that tapping style, that two-handed tapping style, and with adding an effect, the delay effect, look up on YouTube Alexis Yousician and then Ash. Ash is the name of the song, which is basically a two-handed tapping, an entire two-handed tapping piece. It is an old one. I kind of want to redo that video because it's just so grainy, and it's just really lousy quality video. But really fun piece to play. I'll see if I can. That's an idea there. So I am going to put it in my phone to try to commit to that as far as playing for you guys that piece. So a couple of pieces I'll relearn for you guys and I'll do in a stream. Will be that piece I wrote, Ash, as well as the Midnight from Joe Satriani. So there you go. It's in my phone. I will commit to doing that, and also I'm sure you guys are gonna, will be all over me with making a promise to you guys, and then I have to live up to it. So there we go. So there's that. Where am I at here? Okay, final thing I want to talk about, and then we'll get back to some songs here, is muting. This is a technique that you should try to learn for playing with distortion, but it's also great for, it cleans things up with clean guitar playing. And I was asked about this in the Facebook group. If you haven't been on the Facebook group, it's Yousician Guitar, Bass, and Ukulele Friends. Check that out. Asked to join on Facebook. Someone in the Facebook group asked me about a funny sound when you're not muting. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about it mostly dealing with distortion, because with distortion, it's worse. It can sound absolutely awful if you don't mute properly. Okay, so if I play through a scale, when I stop playing, you don't really hear anything. There's no noise. So how is that happening? I'm muting. I'm doing some certain techniques with my right and my left hands. Now I'm going to play that same scale without doing the muting technique, and it's not going to sound as good. It's not going to sound as clean. So who wants to hear that? I mean, it's pretty dirty sounding. It's all, there's a lot of extraneous noise there that doesn't sound very good. So if I slow that down, there's going to be a lot of awful sounds happening here. So you can hear all that extra noise. Makes what I'm trying to play sound doesn't sound very good, because there's extra noise ringing over top of the notes that I intend. Again, it's not as bad on uke or on when you have a clean tone, but with distortion, it can be horrendous sounding. So what am I doing? I'm actually muting with both hands. So essentially what's happening is, let's say I'm playing a note on the second string. Now if I hit this note and I accidentally hit the first string, it's not really going to be a pleasant sound. So obviously you don't want that. So the easy answer is don't hit the first string. But I play in a way that completely eliminates the possibility of that string ringing. Pause. Hold that thought. Somebody just mentioned didgeridoo. I actually know how to play didgeridoo. Unfortunately, I no longer have a didgeridoo, and I can actually do the circular breathing. Circular breathing is basically it isn't actually true circular breathing, but it's a way of continuing a note, of blowing continuously. And it's really, really, really cool when you get it. Some people actually do it with saxophone and other wind instruments, but it sort of is most popular with didgeridoo, because it's just, that's the nature of that instrument. You have to be able to circular breathe, and you have to keep it going. That's a whole other thing, but I don't have a didgeridoo to demonstrate that. I used to have one, but not anymore. Anyway, back to the muting. So if I'm playing a note, basically what I'm doing is I'm allowing the tip of the underside of my finger to touch the first string. So if I were to play both strings, the first string can't ring. So that cleans that up. If I accidentally hit that string, it's just a click. Even if I don't accidentally hit it, and it still prevents it from ringing, because all it takes to get strings to ring is a very little amount of just lifting my hand off creates noise, or that's all it takes. So you really want to prevent strings from ringing, not just not hit them. So if I play on the fourth string, I'm doing that for all of those higher strings, the first, second, and third strings. So I'm muting them with the underside of my index finger. Now what I'm doing with my right hand is I'm placing my palm in a way that I'm resting on the thicker string. So if I'm playing on the second string, I'm not just playing the second string. I'm actually muting all of those other strings, the thicker strings. So if I'm playing on the second string, I'm muting the 6th, 5th, 4th, and 3rd strings. So that there, if I play again that same note, and I stop, there's nothing else ringing. There's no chance for a bad note. So right now I'm actually playing all 6 strings. This is admittedly a hard thing to do. It's awkward when you first haven't done this, so it takes some practice to really get that down. Programming your left hand to mute all of the time, programming your right hand to mute all of the time. But when you get that down, wow, does your playing sound much, much cleaner. So especially, the faster, the more notes you play. If I don't mute at all, so it just doesn't sound very pleasant. So I could go into more detail with that one, but I think that is pretty good for this stream. I think we need to get back to some music and some songs here. So I'm going to do a little bit of Le Hot Club, just because it's my nemesis right now, and I'm trying to get that top score, and I haven't been able to do it. But if you guys have any suggestions for other stuff, if you see anything on the screen while I'm scrolling, point it out. I'll make an attempt at it. This first run will probably not be very good, but I'll do it a few times, see if I can get myself reacquainted with it.
Almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
Oh, that high score. It feels impossible. You really have to get a super tight run to get that high score. I'll do a couple more runs. I'm not going to beat this one too hard. That part gets me every time.
Almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
Okay, driving me crazy. Okay, I'm gonna do one last try.
almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
Bah. Bah. Yep, it's just hard. Frederick Nodes. Somebody mentioned Frederick Node. Mike. I think I have somewhere in a box somewhere a Frederick Node book. I think it's called 100 Graded Classical Pieces. I think. I could be mixing up authors, but I definitely have one of his books. Lex asked for some more tapping stuff, but I think I want to save the more tapping stuff for another time, maybe. Maybe you can send me a message about exactly what you're talking about on tapping, because tapping is such a wide thing. I mean, I covered a couple of things today, but I mean, there's so many different things that involve with tapping. One thing I didn't mention with the Van Halen style tapping, I would do, make sure you tap or do the pull off toward the floor. Sorry, not toward the floor. I don't know why I'm saying toward the floor. I don't do it toward the floor. What am I? I'm crazy. Some people do it toward the floor, and some people do it that way. I do a curling finger kind of thing. I can't remember who does it toward the floor. Can't remember. Anyway. What song is it, Lex? Just let me know and I might try it. And in the meantime, I'm going to play something else, but let's take a look here. We got actually, I probably shouldn't even be in this screen. That's not what I want to look at. Here we go. Okay. Sitting on a park bench. I don't really remember that one. Let's take a look. Haven't finished it. I think I know what this is. This one's okay. Angel Vivaldi, huh? Martian Winter. Okay, I'll take a look at that after this one. I'll give this one a try. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of an experiment here. I'm probably going to screw this up.
Are you sure your guitar is in tune?
Okay, so nobody's gold starred that. If I have the high score, nobody has gold starred that. There's no way anybody has gold starred that if they haven't beat that score, because I did, far from gold starring it, and I made it hard on myself to do the changes with the sound. So I'm gonna try that one more time because it's just a fun one to play. Currently, Mike's going to bed. See you later, Mike. Thanks for coming out. And yeah, I'll do that, Lex. I'll do that song for you, that Angel Vivaldi song.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
Blah. Blah. Okay, let me do a search. Okay, what was the name of that? Let me scroll here. Okay. Let's see. Nothing's happening. Neither one of those work. Nope. No worky. So I'd do it if I could, but apparently I can't. Don't know what's going on there. Nope. Don't know. Let's see. Let's just, hold on. Let me do an upload, and see if another person's upload doesn't work, or does work. We'll see. Alright, because if this downloads, actually, I wish I could see. I don't want to do that one just yet. Hold on. You'd think somewhere in here. Oh, interesting. Redemption song. Let's see how this one is. Wow, this is wrong. Yeah. Okay, so it's that one. Sorry about that, man. Don't know what's going on. Alright. Okay, probably gonna wrap it up pretty quick here. It's been a while. Covered a lot of stuff today, so I'm just gonna play a few things and see if we can try some hard stuff. Oh, actually, yeah. So that Bob Marley song, the reason why I was saying it's wrong is I actually do know how to play it. He has a really weird style of playing in that sense that he's not using a pick and he's really snapping a string. That's a good song, good strumming song. You should look that one up if you want some chordy stuff. Nope. Alright, yeah, I'll do one last song. And let's see, let's try doing something that I haven't done. And you guys can watch me play like crap. And a lot of people, let's see, where is it? They've been asking for a specific one. Yeah, a lot of people will ask for Wizard Night. That ain't gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. You know, I would have to spend a lot of time practicing that one to get that one down. I had this one, I had Love on the Rocks down a while ago. But it's been a while since I've played it. Like, I don't even know how long it's been since I've played it, but I got it and then I just didn't even look at it ever again, so I don't know if I'll be able to do this one. definitely gonna have to figure this one out, relearn this one again.
Never have to be apart. You melt, wish I was a breezer, then we'd never have to be apart. They make me feel. You melt, wish I was a breezer, then we'd never have to be apart.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to relearn that one. It's been a while. Okay, so I now was on the wrong pickup. Bah. Okay, I'm burning out. I'm kind of hungry. And I think Julian's hungry too. He's been sort of lurking about and making some chirping noises. Yeah, that was a good one. Like I usually do, I'll be going back to the challenge songs and trying to improve on my scores. So, especially this one here, I'm in 3rd place, so I mean, I should be able to... Did I gold star this one? Yeah, I did. Okay. Should be able to improve my score on that one and the other ones. So, yeah, I'll be tackling those ones a little bit more. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, comment on the either talk to me on Facebook or comment on this stream. Just, you know, put your requests in there, and I'll try to plan ahead for next week. Other than that, thanks for coming out. If you guys are new, you should check out the Facebook page. It is the Yousician Guitar, Bass, and Ukulele Friends page, so ask to join that group. If you liked this video, it'd be awesome if you liked it, shared it, and subscribed. And finally, if you can check out my Patreon page and become a patron, that would be awesome, wicked, awesome. Basically, Patreon is just a way of supporting content creators. So I create videos, I do streams and stuff like that. And this is all pretty time consuming and requires a lot of, especially my videos require a lot of time to video edit. I have to edit the audio, film everything, film the game, and then edit all that stuff together. I also usually do multiple guitar parts. I usually don't just do one. I add a lot of extra stuff in there. So if you can help and support me on my Patreon page, that would be awesome. The link is in the description box below. And yeah, you can become a patron for as little as $1 measly little dollar. and you can cap that at $1 a month. Usually it's $1 per video or $2 or $3, depending on which tier you decide, but you can cap that. So it doesn't mean you'll be playing, you know, for every single video if you choose not to. But you can select where you want to cap that. And that about wraps it up. Pretty weird songs this week, so there's no shame in having difficulty with it. Take some time to listen to these. Just like literally not play anything and just sit down and put it in practice mode and listen to these songs. Or go to the Yousician SoundCloud and listen to these songs, because that's half the battle. Getting the sound of it in your head to, you know, if you can't hear it, you can't really program your fingers to do what you want them to do. So good luck with this one. It's tough for me, so you know, lots of practice on this one. So I'll be trying to up my scores. Check it out. All right, guys, thanks for coming. I'll be streaming again next week at the same time, same place. So it'll be Sunday. I'm not sure what the date is, but Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'll be posting links for a time converter for the different time zones. And that about wraps it up. So see you guys next week. Hope to see you there. You guys were pretty hilarious. I'm going to be reading all the ridiculous comments that you guys said in the chat. Okay. Oh boy, I'm not going to repeat what was said there, but it's pretty funny. Yeah, thanks a lot for coming out, guys, and we'll see you next Sunday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. See you later, guys.